Welcome to the very first sad part of our VGC series, in which Grimmsnarl is actually getting replaced. Yeah, so it removes one of the cool interactions with the whole screen cleaner Grimmsnarl beating Grimmsnarl thing, but I needed something different. And at first I was like, okay, this can learn screens, and then I was like, well, this can't actually learn screens. So what I ended up going with was specially defensive Thunderous Incarnate. And let me tell you something about this guy. This guy does speed control with Electro Webs or Thunder Wave, whatever your presence. He can Grass Knot. He can use Fly so he can set up your max Airstream for your other sweepers and stuff like that. It's fantastic and wonderful. So that being said, guys, it's the same team other than Thunderous. I have 2 games back to back. I'm sorry that the content has been a little bit different lately, but like I said, I want to get all of this Send Off the Sword and Shield, the entire Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl series for the next team series and the finishing of the Delcatty series, and everything recorded and set up so that I can move directly into Scarlet Violet content. I've already got all of my thumbnail style ready for Scarlet and Violet. I'm just finishing up some loose ends there. For the first time this week, you actually have a video both Tuesday and Wednesday. And Wednesday afternoon, I will start working on next week's videos. Well, next week being Thursday through next week. But you're covered until then. This was a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, so let's go ahead and get right into today's VGC game. Alright, like I said, let's get directly into today's VGC game. Now, I want to know what you guys think of the series so far with Sword and Shield. I've realized, like I said, we're doing a big send-off. I'm in Great Ball. My win streak is not great, but I really want to bring you guys some matches. You're like, Retro, I see like 21 games. Where are all these? I didn't record all of them, because not all of them are very good. Actually, at this point, I don't believe I'm actually even running Grass Knot Thunderous. I believe I'm running Thunder Wave, Electro Web, Eerie Impulse, which was the entire reason that I used it in the first place, and Fly. Eerie Impulse being able to lower special attack by 2, which is really important when you have big threats like Kyogre. And my opponent has the same idea and same hatred of Kyogre because he's running a Toxtricity. And believe me, Overdrive Toxtricity makes Kyogre cry a lot. I see that he's got that paired with the Gigantamax Lapras to set up his Aurora Veil-like screens, and that was my first thought going into this fight, is I really don't want him to set up this Lapras no matter what. Whimsicott doesn't have Follow Me, and both of my leads can basically just double target Whimsicott. And I think he knows that as well, and he needs to preserve that Whimsicott, because otherwise I'm just going to double target it. But that would give his Lapras a free chance to go into Gigantamax and go for Max Resonance. Excuse me. So, I have a very free Snarl right here that I would like to go for, and I'm not sure what he sees here, but he goes out the Toxtricity. Sets up the Tailwind. Now, Overdrive is pretty cool, but I'm going to go ahead and Eerie Impulse the Lapras slot, just in case he wants to go directly, immediately for the Resonance. Luckily, that's going to -3 lower the special attack of the Overdrive Toxtricity, which I can't tell you how important that is. Because as I just stated, now we're going to knock it down to -5. Now, the Moonblast doesn't do that much, basically because we brought the Whimsicott down to a pretty high level. Now, for it being at -4, it still does a pretty good chunk to Yveltal. But I recover most of that with a critical Oblivion Wing on the following turn to bring myself back up to 146. Now, he gets the Throat Spray, bringing him out back to a -3, essentially, instead of the -5 he was at. Now he's at like -3, -4. But, I mean, I could just Eerie Impulse again and then Oblivion Wing into Conkeldurr. So, I don't see any problems moving forward at the moment. Excuse me, guys, I apologize. I've had a very, very rough time with acid reflux, and that's all I'm going to say. Reflux sucks. I don't know if any of my viewers have acid reflux, but it is a terrible thing. Especially when you don't even know what triggers it, right? But, I'm going to Eerie Impulse again on the Lapras slot. I'll live an Ice Punch from the Conkeldurr, and bring my HP up to 76 after my berry. Oblivion Wing does not quite take out Conkeldurr, so I don't know if this is... I thought it was Assault Vest, but then I see the Flame Warp, so I know it's not Assault Vest. I have the free opportunity to fly here, because I want to avoid the Resonance if possible, and then I want to weaken the Resonance if he goes for it, with a Snarl as well. Thank you, Phone, for telling me how much better I looked. I greatly appreciate that. I needed that. Now, guys, like I said... In a normality, I know I've been really sparse of getting videos uploaded on time, and I'm trying to get back to my schedule the best I can. That Hydro Pump doesn't do a whole lot at all. We lower the special attack and fly up so that we can avoid the max resonance, and Conkeldurr can die to the burn. So the Tailwind is going to peter out. Do you guys remember Black and White and what this thing was originally called? It used to have the name Repushin, which was actually really funny considering it's carrying big stone boulders, big stone slabs under its hands. Now, unfortunately, this time, the Toxtricity is not affected by the Eerie Impulse, and I'm in the air, so I can't just hit him with an Eerie Impulse. So he goes directly out to Gigantamax Lapras, which is what I didn't want him to go for in the beginning. I go for a Heat Wave just to hit Bolt, and the Fly does okay to Toxtricity considering that it is resisted. But of course, this Overdrive... well, it's boosted by its ability, so that's also why it still did a bunch of damage. I forgot to factor in the Punk Rock ability. So the Resonance is now up, which is definitely not what I wanted, and Overdrive is really powerful. Oh, and to boot, Charizard takes a bunch of damage from Overdrive as well. So that's just great. Now, T-Time is going to enable me here. As I go for Protect from the Charizard, T-Time is going to be able to allow me... I believe I'm running Salak Berry at this point. Overdrive doesn't do that much. I get my Moringa Berry, excuse me. Now, he does go for the Max Geyser onto the Charizard, which is going to set up the rain. And because I went for the Protect, luckily I didn't take as much damage. But now I've got the Pitaya Berry, and I also... and now that I have the Pitaya Berry and the Moringa Berry, the Moringa Berry is going to enable me to be able now to take these special attacks, take out the Toxtricity, go into my Gigantamax Charizard and change the weather so that the water is not as effective. Or I could just effectively Max Guard and then, when he becomes regular Lapras, hit him with a Rock Ball then. But I do decide to go ahead and go for the Max Rock Ball under the Gigantamax. I'm going to go into my Gigantamax Charizard right here. And with the Gigantamax Charizard, I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Max Rockfall. It does not take out the Lapras. It brings it to a nice range, though. Gets the Sand back up, even though he is going to go directly for the Max Geyser. I am able to live in Overdrive and cancel it out with the Cursed Body. I do die to the Max Geyser, which is okay, though, because Poltegeist is the best Teapot ever. Keep in mind, I have the Moringa Berry, so I can take these special attacks, go for a Shadow Ball, take the Toxtricity out from this range. And keep in mind, the only thing about Lapras now is that he has the Aurora Veil up. But everything else about this thing isn't scary. Without Aurora Veil, I could just easily 2-hit KO this thing. But let me show you Moringa Poltegeist. It doesn't care about your special attacks. This is where Teapot really shines, goes for the Strength Sap, and I can easily recover and Shadow Ball this thing to death. Guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed that game. Like I said, Acid Reflux is absolutely destroying me today. It was a lot better than it normally is. It's why my voice is so weak. Because after doing that thing I don't want to say, basically your voice gets really weak and you don't have a lot of talking ability. I'm going to try my best to live stream, excuse me. By the time of this recording, you've already seen the live stream. And if you haven't, I recorded it live of the new Scarlet and Violet announcement. And normally right here we would be talking about what was revealed. I've got two ideas, one of which I sent to a private Discord that I was like, okay, this is the name, this is what's getting revealed, this is what it is. But I'm gonna say that without knowing if I'm right, because I'm recording this before the announcement, I think the Night Eyes is a really good way to call this. If you guys are really big TCG fans and you've collected TCG forever, you know what Pokemon originally had the Night Eyes attack and Perish Song. So I think that could be a reveal. If not, I'm going with my original idea. And I screenshotted it so that I'll have a timestamp for yesterday, so I can say that I was halfway right about something that got revealed. But what do you guys think of the new announcement? Let me know in the comments section down below. And what do you think of Teapot? Man, I'm telling you, Teapot with Moringa Berry didn't care about anything that Lapras or any other special attacker wanted to throw at it. If you guys are enjoying the send-off to Sword and Shield, let me know by that like button in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll have another video for you tomorrow. And I'll tell you, the next one, I've got a real treat for you guys. I can't wait to show you. Also, today is the first time that you've seen a preview of the Scarlet and Violet thumbnail style. So, you'll get to see that as well. Let me know what you think about that as well. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time. And hopefully my reflux won't be acting up next time, and I'll have my voice back. Have a good one.